What is good, YouTube? Back like I never left. I am Rager, the gamer, and as you can see, we got some 2K16. Well, if you have never really watched 2K, like a 2K video or played 2K, you might not know what the screen is. But we are playing 2K16. I'm gonna be doing a fantasy draft, my league, and we're gonna be customizing the team to kind of make it my own. So relocating it to wherever I want to relocate it to, and changing the jerseys and the making our own home court, stuff like that. So as you can see, fantasy draft is on. We have draft order turned off, so you guys don't think that I'm cheating the game or whatever, giving us like the first pick or anything like that. And we will be playing 10-minute quarters, because if I put it on 10-minute quarters and I play the game, I will score about like 100 points, which is like the average for a real NBA game. And of course, we're playing on Hall of Fame, because I ain't no bitch. Alright, so let's get straight into it. I kind of don't know who I want to pick in the league to relocate, because, you know, I definitely don't want to use like a historical team like the Chicago Bulls or the Lakers. I think I'm just going to go ahead and use my hometown team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, Cleveland Swagaliers, and end up relocating them. Might just relocate them to Columbus, because I love Columbus, man. I went to Ohio State some of the funnest years of my entire life, but I guess we'll just only be able to control the Cavaliers. And let's see what pick we do get. And we get, what did that say? So we get the 11th pick. Not too bad. We're not gonna get like a crazy, never mind. We can still get Paul George or Dame. We can get Dame, Klay Thompson, Draymond. I'm definitely not getting Draymond, because I don't like him as a person. Which is unfortunate, because he is so fucking good overall, dude. Look at this: A minus, B plus, A plus, A, B, A minus, A plus, A. Like, I don't understand how he isn't like a 99 overall or something. How is he only 90 overall when he has better stats? Like, look, Paul George is a 90 overall. Draymond is a 90 overall. He has an A minus. He's beating him in mid range, beating him in three-pointer, beating him in inside D, beating him in perimeter D. Same playmaker, beating him in rebounding, same physical, beating him in IQ, and they have the same potential. How the fuck do they have the same overall? That makes no sense to me. But I'm thinking about Paul George. I kind of want to go Dame, because I fuck with Dame. He's a cool ass dude. He's actually really good at rapping too. I think it was on Sway in the Morning. There's a freestyle that he does that's absolutely crazy. But big men are kind of hard to come by, though. You know what? We're gonna go with Damian Lillard. I fuck with Damian Lillard, so we're gonna go with Damian Lillard, and hopefully we can get a good big man to kind of be the little duo with him. As this comes up, we do have Kevin Love would be a good option. Dwight Howard would also be a good option, but he's I like power forwards that can stretch the floor. And of course, Kevin Love is on the Cavs, so I do like him a lot. He's stepping up a lot in the playoffs. Let's actually go to position wise. So Kevin Love, obviously the best option at power forward. At center, we do have Marc Gasol, as well as Dwight Howard and Rudy Gobert, who is a really young player. His inside scoring is absolutely terrible, but his potential is really good. And I'm hoping that this series lasts a while. So I want it to kind of last the whole summer. So we have a lot of time to develop these players that we're going to end up drafting. So I'm thinking we should go with the man Kevin Love, get a guard, and also get a big man to help out. We don't just want to load up our team with a whole bunch of good guards and then not have any good big man. And Marc Gasol is still on the board. I will probably get him unless there's a really good shooting guard. Avery Bradley is also on the board too, who is a really good shooting guard. So let's see who the centers are left. I kind of would want to get Rudy Gobert, but his inside scoring is so bad. I feel like he would literally just be there to rebound and block shots. We do still have Greg Monroe, who would be a good option. His potential is pretty decent. Robin Lopez, I'm not getting T-Tom, because this is the most fucking overpaid player in the whole league, dude. I'm a Cavs fan, as you know. Tristan Thompson plays for the Cavs, and as you can see, he's getting paid almost $15 million a year, a 5-year contract worth $82 million. And let's look at his stats. Okay, this dude is getting paid I think he's getting paid more than DeMarcus Cousins. Don't quote me on that because I don't know if it's completely true, but I think he's getting paid more than DeMarcus Cousins is right now. And he's averaging 8 points, 8 rebounds. And that's it. And he's getting paid $15 million. That's absolutely insane to me. Marc Gasol is making almost $20 million. He's scoring 18 points a game with 8 rebounds and 4 assists. Tristan Thompson was averaging 0.5 assists. Like, just absolutely fucking nuts, dude. That's the biggest waste of money I've ever seen. So, I went on a rant right there. So I do like some of these younger centers, like Jared Sullinger's not a bad option, and his three-pointer in real life is a little bit better than a D+. I would give it like a solid C maybe. I also like Robin Lopez as an option there too. Greg Monroe or Al Horford, like one of these 3 players right here. Definitely not Tim Duncan because he's too old. He's probably going to retire within 1 year, 2 years tops. So I would probably say we should go with or do I want to get Marc Gasol though? You know what? Yeah, fuck it. Let's go ahead and get Marc Gasol. He is 30 years old, but he is 82 overall, and it would make I feel like it would make our team the best possible. Avery Bradley, I really did want Avery Bradley, but I feel like we can still pick up a pretty decent shooting guard. We could have got Gortat, though. We could have got, damn it, dude. We could have got Avery Bradley and got Gortat, who's basically just as good as Marc Gasol. Maybe a little bit. I don't know, man. They're pretty the same. The defense on the inside is the only thing that I'm seeing is a big difference. But, and maybe his rebounding is a little bit higher. I don't feel like checking it. But we also could have got Robin Lopez too, who's not that much of a downgrade from both those players. But yeah, so let's go to shooting guard, and I feel like we should honestly pick up Kobe Bean Bryant, man. The GOAT. Like, how could you not? Like, he might just lead the team. Like, he's going to help lead our young team, because we do have a pretty young team so far, other than Marc Gasol, who is 30 years old. But in this game, Kobe usually retires within, like, he usually doesn't retire the first year like he should. He ends up retiring 2 to 3, sometimes even 4 years. Ends up being, like, 41 years old, so. Or do we want a small forward? Because there are not too many really good small forwards. Vince Carter, man. Fucking VC. If we could get Terrence Ross, that would be ideal. Terrence Ross would be ideal. I would settle for Kent Bazemore and Marcus Morris as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and get Kobe. I hope I made the right decision right there. I'm just kind of hoping that I make the best decisions possible. Wilson Chandler is still available, but I do like Terrence Ross better than Wilson Chandler. Terrence Ross is only making $3.5 million a year too, so that would be better for our salary cap. Jeff Green is a decent option as well. Let's look at these 2 players. So inside defense, Terrence Ross is lacking a little bit. Perimeter defense lacking as well. His all-around jump shot is way better than Jeff Green and Marcus Morris, which is good. Playmaking, he's better than both of them. Physical, he is the same as Jeff Green, and potential is a B-. So, Damari Carroll's not bad either, but he has no mid-range jump shot, and I really like players who can shoot the mid-range jump shot. So we have everything but a small forward, right? Yeah, so we have everything but a small forward for our starting lineup, and I'm thinking we're going to go with Terrence Ross right here, man. Jeff Green would also be a good option as well, though, but I feel like we need a player that can shoot. Let me see what his badges are, because he has way more badges. Post hook specialist, so he's like a small forward that posts up. You know what? I mean, fuck it. I think we should go with Terrence Ross, man. We're going to go with Terrence Ross. Hopefully, I didn't make a bad decision. Our team still turns out all right. I really need a team that can shoot because I really like shooting. Robin Lopez as a backup center would not be bad at all. I don't know how he's still on the board. Amir Johnson is also a good pick. He's a really good rebounder. And inside defense is all right. Wilson Chandler is also still on the board. He could be kind of a sixth man for us. Let me look at each position. Point guards. Point guards. I actually want to get. Is Austin Rivers potential high? It is not. That's unfortunate. Corey Joseph does have a decent potential. I'm hoping maybe Patrick Beverly will still be available if I make a pick somewhere else. I'm hoping Danny Green would be a good option at shooting guard. Sean Kilpatrick would also be a good option, even though his defense is absolutely abysmal. But small forward, power forward. I'm thinking we have to go with Robin Lopez because he's literally by far the best overall player. Tony Allen I will not pick because he's absolutely terrible at shooting. Only thing he's good at is perimeter defense, and coming off the bench, I feel like you don't really like. So if he comes off the bench, he's going to be coming off the bench basically at the same time that their bench is coming off. So he's going to be locking up a bench player, which isn't like, if he was a starting shooting guard, I'd be like, okay, limit James Harden to like less points than he would normally average. But I don't really like Tony Allen if he's going to be coming off the bench. So let's go ahead and get Robin Lopez, simulate once again, and it's going to come back to us. And Tony Allen is still on the board. Joakim Noah is still on the board, who we do not need. Wilson Chandler is still on the board, and I think that's who we are going to go ahead and get as our backup small forward. So let's go ahead and get him. Simulate once again to our next pick. I want to know how these other teams are turning out. So Amir Johnson is still on the board, who would be a great pick. But we could also go ahead and pick another center and put him at the power forward spot, which I might do. Look at the inside defense of the centers over him. Or Zaza. Zaza's really, really good at rebounding. And his inside defense is pretty good. And his inside scoring isn't too bad. But, I mean, Danny Green. Do we have a backup shooting guard? We do not have a backup shooting guard. Yeah, I'm thinking we go with Danny Green because that is a really good backup shooting guard person right there. Iman Shumpert wouldn't be too bad either. A really good perimeter defender. He can knock down the mid-range jump shot and a three ball every once in a while. I'm just trying to see who's still on the board because if I could pass up on a shooting guard or one of these positions and get them later down the road, I would like to do that. Patrick Beverly, though. Like, who am I going to get at point guard that's going to be better than Patrick Beverly? Patrick Beverly or Danny Green, guys? I'm thinking Patrick Beverly because, for one, he's younger. Two, his overall jump shot and inside game is better. And his deep perimeter defense is better. And everything about him is better, other than his IQ. Yeah, let's go ahead and get Patrick Beverly at our backup point guard position. And we're back on the clock once again. All of these centers are still available. Boris Diaw. Ilyasova. Channing Frye, too. Channing Frye's a little bit older, but Channing Frye's mid-range jump shot, along with his three-point shot, is really good. But I would rather probably get Ilyasova because his three-point isn't that much off. C+ for a mid-range isn't too bad. His inside game is way better, which you need in a power forward, and his rebounding is also better, which you also need in a big man. So, and their inside defenses are the same. So, if I had to pick that position, I would go with him. We do need a shooting guard, though. Danny Green is still on the board. Do I do it? Like, I think I'm going to have to do it. Ray Allen, though. 39 years old. Ray Allen, though. Should I pick up Jesus Shuttlesworth? God, this is harder than I thought it would be. So if I pick up Ray Allen, this is going to be focused primarily on us winning the championship this year with Kobe and Ray Allen. Both going to probably be retiring. Kobe, I think he might stay for one more year, but Ray Allen definitely going to be retiring because I'm pretty sure he always retires this year. Or, yeah, man, I think and his three-pointer's only a B. Like, he's not the old Ray Allen that he used to be, you know. So I'm thinking we go ahead with Danny Green because he's not going to be on the board for much longer. He's been fucking sitting there for a while now. I've just been looking at him, contemplating whether or not to get him. And I think we've held off as long as we possibly can with getting him. So we're going to go ahead and pick him up. So far, we got Damian Lillard at the point, Patrick Beverly backing him up, Kobe Bryant backed up by Danny Green, Wilson Chandler backed up by Terrence Ross, and dude, didn't we pick Terrence Ross first? We picked Terrence Ross first, and then we got Wilson Chandler, and Wilson Chandler is better than him. That's crazy. I'm probably going to be starting Terrence Ross instead of Wilson Chandler so we can have somebody good coming off our bench. So that would be nice to have a better small forward coming off the bench. He could be like a really good six-man, kind of like Manu, but in the small forward position. So we do need a power forward. We have K-Love and no one to back him up. And we do have Marc Gasol and Robin Lopez at our center positions. So we need a power forward, and Ilyasova is still on the board, which I love to see because that's who I wanted to get in the first place. So let's go and pick him up. We still have 3 picks left, which are basically going to be filler players. If somebody gets hurt, they'll fill in for him. Or if we just want to, you know, kind of try out different rotations and stuff like that. I'm thinking about maybe getting Kevin Garnett kind of lead our big man, our big men, plural. And he's really good mid-range, really good post fadeaways, stuff like that. And you know he's a pretty good defender. He was a pretty good defender, but you know he's a mean dude. Like Kevin Garnett is known to be an asshole. Maybe he can go in there when we need him to and rough somebody up, like you know fucking Draymond Green. We're going up against Draymond, and he's going off. Just go in there, foul the shit out of him or something. I thought that was J.R. Smith. I saw J. Smith. Didn't even look at the position. So I think we're gonna go ahead and get. Kevin Garnett, man, because a lot of these players are old anyway. So we might as well just go ahead and get KG. You know, get some veterans on our team. Kobe Bryant and Kevin Garnett on the same team. That's crazy. So let's see. We got an extra big man, so we have 3 power forwards. So let's try and get an extra guard. So 3 shooting guards or 3 point guards. Bellinelli, not a bad player. Actually, let's just go to point guard. We got Stevie Nash. I just want to get all these veterans because I'm having nostalgia of watching them play in their primes, but they're not really good anymore, so there's no point. But I mean, they're the best of what we have left, so I mean, you know, why not? Yeah, fuck it, why not? We'll bring in the fucking Canadian boy wonder as well. So now we have 3 veterans, and let's go ahead and get Dante Cunnington is on. Isn't he on the Cavs? I'm pretty sure Dante Cunningham is on the. I said Cummington. What the fuck? I'm pretty sure he is on the Cavaliers. But he really doesn't get no burn whatsoever. Caron Butler, also a really good player. Let's go ahead and get, because Dante's the youngest out of these players. Wow, we're getting into some really old players. Let's go ahead and get, actually, let's go ahead and get Corey Brewer. No, Dante can shoot better. Let's go ahead and get Dante, and that will be our last pick in the draft. So exit draft. We don't want to view draft summary. I'll just go to the rosters of the other teams. Load draft class. We will still be doing the draft class that's going to be coming up. So Ben Simmons and Brandon Ingram, all of them. And if you are on Xbox One and you're wondering of a good draft class to download, Hurricane 67, as you can see, 55 updates. It only has 20,000 downloads. I'm not sure that many people know about it, but this guy spent so much time making the players look similar to what they actually look like, and trying to get all their stats right from draft. What are they called? Those draft classes and stuff like that. that like actual ESPN upload and stuff about how good they are in certain categories and stuff like that. I don't like it's just an amazing draft class. So let's go to our lineup, and as you can see, Damian Lillard at the 1, Kobe Bean Bryant at the 2, Wilson Chandler at small forward, Kevin Love at power forward, and Marc Gasol at the center position. Now we have Robin Lopez coming off the bench. As I said, I want Wilson Chandler to be our 6-man, so let's go ahead and put Terrence Ross as a starting small forward and put Robin Lopez as a 6-man. Let's give him a little bit less minutes and Robin Lopez a little bit less minutes as well, and give Terrence Ross a little bit more minutes. You know, respect him a little bit more. He is a 75 overall. It's only 2 less than Wilson Chandler. So, and I'm thinking that looks good. We do have 1 extra minute to allocate. And is Kevin Garnett a higher overall than Ilyasova? Didn't I pick Ilyasova first and he was above him? Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what the hell that is. But, this is looking nice. We are lacking in the power forward position, but it's impossible to balance all of these out. So I'm guessing they're just going to put Robin Lopez at the 4. Can Wilson Chandler can play the 4, so they might be putting him at the 4, but I do not want him at the 4. So, first scoring option, Damian Lillard. These are only for the matches that we simulate, of course. But Dame is going to be our first scoring option. Our second scoring option is probably going to be Kevin Love. And then our third, I don't know if I want to make it Kobe or if I want to make it Mark. Let's go ahead and make it Kobe for the time being. We'll change it if we see something. But I'm going to be playing most of these games, and I'm not going to be simulating all these games. Because like I said, I want this series to last like most of the summer, so simulating all the games wouldn't make it last the summer. It'd actually make it a pretty quick series. So let's go ahead and look at the other teams and see how they drafted. So let's start with the 76ers. They have Hassan Whiteside and Dirk Nowitzki. That's a pretty good big man duo right there. And they also have Chandler Parsons, who is not a bad small forward, along with Eric Gordon. Pretty decent team. Kyle Lowry and Derek Favors team up on the Bucks. But those are pretty much their only 2 good players. They don't have another player over 80 overall. Aminu is an average player. Harrison Barnes, another average player. J.R. Swish, a good role player coming off the bench. And then we do have the Bulls, who did get Jimmy Butler back onto the team. Valanciunas, Iggy, Andrew Bogut, and David West. That's an all-right team, I guess. They're pretty average. Then this is our team. Draymond Green and Reggie Jackson and Gallinari. This is a pretty good big 3 right here. I feel like Gallinari would have to be a better player to make it a big 3, and Reggie Jackson is still pretty young, and he's still becoming a good player in the league. So it's pretty much Draymond Green, and Draymond Green kind of has to bring these players up to his level for them to be a really like a true big 3. Clippers have Karl Anthony Towns, Darren Collison, Kristaps Porzingis, Tony Parker, Jeff Green. So they kind of mix it up with like the old and the young, kind of like we did. Tony Parker is only 33, though. I feel like Tony Parker is older than 33. Like, I don't know why. I just feel like he's older than 33. But this is an average team. 86 being their highest overall, and then they have 3 80s in a row, which makes them pretty average team. Not too good, not too bad. Now, Paul Millsap, Kemba Walker, but those are the only 2 good players, and they have Otto Porter, Sean Livingston. They really don't have too many good 3-point shooters. C+, B+, B+, F, F, D-, B, F. Didn't do too good of a job at getting perimeter shooters. Klay Thompson and Derrick Rose team up with Tobias Harris and Jabari Parker and Kelly Olynyk. Marcus Morris as well. Kyle Korver comes back to the Atlanta Hawks. Blake Griffin, Jay Crowder, Goran Dragic, Greg Monroe, Evan Fournier, LaMarcus Aldridge, Will Barton, Jahlil Okafor. Jahlil Okafor always goes so early in the draft. I was trying to get him. He's only 78 overall, but he goes like in the top 15 in the draft or something like that. Or he goes in like the first round every time, which doesn't make any sense to me because he's only 78 overall. But he does have an A+, like an A potential or something like that. So I guess that's why he gets drafted so early. The Greek freak Giannis Antetokounmpo, or however you pronounce his last name. I think I did a pretty good job of doing that. Bradley Beal, Jared Sullinger, Nerlens Noel, Michael Carter-Williams, Kawhi Leonard, Dennis Schroeder, Nikola Pekovic, Jordan Clarkson, Julius Randle. So These two are actually teammates in real life. Paul George, DeAndre Jordan, Avery Bradley, who we wanted to get on the team, J.J. Redick, Jeff Teague, John Wall, Chris Middleton, Tim Duncan, Nicholas Batum, Ian Mahinimi, I don't know how to pronounce his last name whatsoever, Patrick Patterson. I'm just going to start reading like top 4 players if I like their 4th player, so, because this is going to take too long. DeRozan, Vucevic, Rubio, Barea, not a bad team. D. Wade, Gordon Hayward, and Thaddeus Young, also not a bad team. Eric Bledsoe, Paul Gasol, Manu Ginobili. I don't really like that team too much. DeMarcus Cousins, Drew Holiday, Caldwell Pope. Also don't like that team. DeMarcus Cousins is the only player I really like on that whole entire squad. Contavious is also a good player, and Ryan Anderson is the stretch 4 that I like, but that's really all that they really got. I don't really like anybody else on this team. A lot of oh, I thought this was Jason Richardson for a second. I was like, Jason Richardson is old as dirt. Kyrie and Brook Lopez, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, Tony Allen, Raul Neto, or whatever his name is. Not a good team. Kyrie is really good, and he's young. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist has the potential to be good, and he has no fucking three-point shot whatsoever, so that kind of hurts them a lot, as well as Tony Allen being their starting shooting guard, who also can't shoot. They can't shoot at all. That team will probably get probably be one of the worst teams in the league. Andre Drummond and Brandon Knight, along with Rodney Hood, this is a pretty average team. Chris Paul, most of these teams, honestly, this team isn't good at all. Like Chris Paul, Zach LaVine, they have a lot of young people though, but Chris Paul is literally going to lead their team. He has to lead their team. But a lot of these teams are average because obviously it's a fantasy draft. There's not going to be any stacked teams. Well, 2 stacked teams. Stephen Curry literally has almost nobody on his team. Enes Kanter, Michael Beasley, Luol Deng. Unfortunate for him. Being a Cavs fan, kind of good to see, though. Kevin Durant, Dwight Howard, Kenneth Faried. Now, this is, like, really good at rebounding. Kenneth Faried, really good at rebounding. Dwight Howard, and they're both pretty good inside. And their defense is good. And then you got Kevin Durant, like... This is one of my favorite teams that drafted. Like, I would love to have these 3 players right here. James Harden, Mike Conley, and Marcin Gortat. Not a bad team right here as well. Russell Westbrook, Tyreek Evans, Serge Ibaka. Okay. Along with Lou Will. 2 girls like I'm Lou Will. Shout out to Drake. CJ McCollum, probably going to win Most Improved Player of the Year. I don't know who did yet. I don't know if that award came out yet or not. Andrew Wiggins, Alec Burks. This is a pretty below average team. This is one of the worst teams I've seen so far, with the highest overall being 83 and then 81 and then a 78. Not good at all. Carmelo and Al Horford and Devin Booker. LeBron, Zach Randolph, D. Russ, and Corey Joseph. Also not a good team. Too good of a team. D. Russ has like an A+ potential. So if he develops, it's going to be a really good duo of him and LeBron. Zach Randolph is kind of falling off, though, because he's getting old. But that's all they really have. And the Warriors have Anthony Davis, Rajon Rondo, and Victor Oladipo, along with T-Top, who, as I said, is the most overrated player in the whole entire league, getting paid way too much. Yeah, that's an all-right team. And then the Wizards have Isaiah Thomas, Chris Bosh, and Rudy Gay. This is a pretty good team right here. Rudy Gobert is a really good rebounder and defender. Rudy Gay, even though he is falling off, he's still a decent small forward. He's above average for a small forward position. Chris Bosh is a really good power forward that can shoot the 3 ball. And Isaiah Thomas is a I don't know if I would give him top 5 point guard, but I'll give him like top 10 definitely. And that's it. So next video, I probably will be doing the team relocation along with probably one game, like the season opener or whatever it is. This game at home, that's away. That's unfortunate. But along with that away game versus the Bulls as our season opener to show off our jerseys. I want to show off the stadium, so I might just simulate the first couple games until our home opener. But I hope you guys enjoyed, man. Subscribe to keep up with this series as well as my UFC 2 series and other series that I'm going to be coming up with. Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next video. I'm out.